You're listening to Tuesday Morning Quarterbacks with Don Carpenter and Chris Brindle.
And special guest Dan Sherwood from Fox Country.
How are you?
Oh, well, try that.
All right, how are you?
Okay,
there we go.
Now your mic's loud enough.
There we go. Speaking to the mic, Sherwood.
You're so loud, I was expecting, although I'm sure the processor's probably messed up. That headset could be the worst piece of equipment in the entire room. So if it starts cutting out, we might have to move you.
Perfect.
Have you found your gerbil yet?
No.
You haven't found him? Okay.
Lost.
Oh, well.
He has a gerbil named Stu. Do you know this?
I did not know that. I did not know. It's
the last sight I had of him, he was coming in here. I don't know, he might be under your desk somewhere in DC.
I can't promise I won't stomp on him. I mean, if it looks like a mouse, it's getting stomped on.
He's been gone for 12 hours now. I don't care. Yeah. I'm over it.
Rumor has it I put him in my stew, but just because the gerbil's named Stu doesn't mean I put him in my stew. That was cat meat, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, it tastes like chicken.
That's what they say.
Hey, let's go to the phones on the line. We have Coach Nate Perleyberg. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, and don't mind the gerbil talk. We're here to talk baseball. Seriously, we are.
I'm sure I've ate worse at some point in time.
Oh, I think we all have.
Well, Perleyberg, how you doing? What a game Friday. It was unbelievable. Just describe the roller coaster ride that was that game against Cheyenne. You guys are down 8-0. You have an 11-run third inning. You come back and win.
Yeah, it was one of a kind. I don't know how many I've been in where you score 11 runs in one inning. I think we had 10 hits in the inning. And, at first I didn't know if we went over there to really try to win it or what. We kind of came out of the gate slow and made a lot of uncharacteristic errors throughout the night, actually. And luckily for us, the bat saved us. And, a lot of times this season that wouldn't have been the case. So we feel good offensively of where we're at and feel like our defense and pitching will show up when it needs to this weekend.
I would say this. One of the greatest parts of calling that game is when Cheyenne was up 8, it seemed like the buzz from the crowd, because I'm sitting right there by him, so I can almost hear him talk on occasion. The buzz of the crowd was, this game's over. And they were excited like Cheyenne was going to win it. That 11-run third inning, pretty much after Derek's home run to start that inning off, that crowd was silent. You could hear a pin drop. And then I think the key part was after that 11-run third inning, Coulter come in and pitched. And right now, Cheyenne got him in a jam. They had runners second and third, but he left him there and put up a scoreless inning. I thought that was huge because that kept the momentum with you guys.
Yeah, it's always nice to, shut the crowd up, whether it be Cheyenne or wherever you're out on the road. It's fun to hear it go quiet, and I just, it's hard to even think about how we got those 11 runs. It just seemed to happen so quick, and I was seeing some of the same guys on third base and in the same inning, and you don't see that very often. And I didn't go out there to begin that third inning. I don't know if you noticed that, but there was some verbal challenging going on in the dugout, and we needed to either put up or shut up, and it was our time to kind of show if we were for real or not. And guys responded well, and I'm sure we're going to see those guys again. They got a great program, and they're going to be a tough foe for sure this weekend if we do meet them.
Now, before the rally, did you say anything in particular to the team, or is it just a case of what to do, just go out there and do it?
Yeah, I thought we were playing a little timid, a little scared even, and their crowd was obviously excited. It was senior night, and just felt like they were basically coming out and treating us like the little brother, and we've worked too hard at this to go in and be intimidated by anybody. And I thought Hooks hit his home run really jump-started us. It's crazy how it's still 8-1, but you can kind of feel that momentum shift a little bit. And he had a great game. You can get 4 hits from your 8-hitter, and Stark hit balls hard the whole night in the 7-hole. And I think Andrew Mulder was on base every single time in the 9-hole. And our lineup as a whole is just really pick each other up throughout the year, and if we ever all get clicking at once, it's going to be scary for whoever we play.
Now, that win was huge because you were in the 1 seed for this week, the state tournament. You guys on a roll right now. You've won 7 straight, 21-4 in your last 25 games, but you're going to face a team that's on a roll as well, and a team I think a lot of people are going to overlook. But, Cody, they have a chip on their shoulder, and this team was sitting at 500 before the month of July. Since that point, they've only lost 1 game. They've won 14 in a row, and at the state title tournament last week in the single-A division, they outscored their opponents 49-7. What do you expect from this ball club?
Well, believe me, we're not taking them lightly at all. We know the challenges in front of us, and it was kind of a double-edged sword winning on Friday, because you feel good about winning the conference and winning at Cheyenne, but then you're immediately shifting your focus to Tuesday, and boy, we get a first-round game with Cody, and Cheyenne gets a first-round game with Rock Springs, and nothing against Rock Springs, but Cody's just from what I've heard, a much more well-rounded baseball team, and anytime you're playing a team that's won a state championship, they know how to win, and they're actually back-to-back champs. So, the whole thing just kind of came about because we were really shooting for 8 teams in the AA division this year, and tried to do it. My proposal that I brought to the state meetings this year was to do it like the Wyoming High School Association does it, and bring the top 8 enrollments, and that was fine until we got to the 8th team, and there were 3 teams that all said they weren't ready to come up, and it would hurt their programs more to come up. So the motion on the floor was to bring up the state champion, which brings another quality team to the tournament. The goal is to try to get the best 8 teams there, but it's I don't know if the best thing is to give them a 4 seed. I mean, it's an awful tough first round game for us.
Well, you mentioned it. They have a lot of good players. I believe 4 of them earned all-state honors, including their pitcher. Their ace was Player of the Year, an MVP. So I don't know if he'll start tonight. Have you seen him pitch by chance?
No, our JV faced he's their co-ace or their number 2 guy, Cameron Wright, and I've heard a lot about Boudry, their ace, and he signed at Mesa College in Grand Junction, Colorado, which is a great Division II program. So obviously he's a real deal, and sounds like a really competitive kid that's the state champion wrestler as well. So it's really a guessing match and of who you're going to get, and we just have to trust that the teams played this year have prepared us for this, and the pitchers that we've seen, and I'll really just get out there and play.
Do you know who you're going to start this evening by chance?
Oh, we're between a few guys, and it brings such a tough first round game for us because if we were going to play Rock Springs, we probably would have approached it completely different and than we are now, and you got to beat anybody to win the tournament. So we're going to go out there and give it our best shot this week, and this is what we've worked for a whole year, and try to bring another one back to Gillette.
Now, I would say this, as an opinion of mine, I think this is about the most complete baseball your team has played over the last month because, when we had you on the shows or when I talked to you each week, we always talked about some inconsistencies, particularly at the plate. Sometimes it was defensively, you'd have games where you'd have quite a few errors. But at the plate right now, you guys have been consistent. You have a couple guys in a bit of a slump, but other than that, you guys are scoring runs, you're getting on base. Is this about the best your team has played all season?
Yeah, I think so, and we've seen it coming here for a month or so, and obviously you want to be playing your best going down the stretch, and it's hard to really pick out times this year where we haven't played well because really we've only lost 19 games the whole year. There hasn't really been stretches where we've lost multiple games in a row. Last year, I think one point we had lost 8 or 9 in a row, and that hasn't really happened this year. So, anytime your pitching and defense keeps you in games, it can kind of make up for that offense. And we're going to need it all this weekend. the thing I love about this team, though, is we seem to win a lot of different ways. We can come from behind. We can, hold people off. We've won dramatically late in games with walk-off hits, and we just seem to never get too high, never get too low, and that's a hard thing to teach.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be buzzing because it seems like you and Cheyenne right now are a collision course. And at some point at this state tournament, I know you guys are focused on Cody, but at some point in the state tournament, you could play them again. Just make sure, maybe I like a little dramatics, but maybe not come back from 8 because I don't know if I can take it. I have high blood pressure. It's a whole thing.
You're telling me. My Little League coach came to the game the other night from Broadus, and he goes, "What are all those gray hairs coming up underneath your hat?" I said, "It's these guys right here. We talked about in the last show is we've won how many games by 2 runs or less. I'd say over 30 this year. So these guys keep it interesting no matter what. It'd be nice to come out today and get a 10-run rule to open up state, but obviously that's gonna be tough to do against a quality team like Cody, and we seem to always try to make Coach sweat a little bit. So might as well stick to that, I guess."
Well, so, and I want to go back a little bit to the seeding and how you prepare. Now, I mean, obviously, Cody is a strong team, maybe deserving of a little bit higher seed, which, of course, would have put them farther down in the bracket for you. I mean, when you look ahead, I mean, obviously, you can't look too far ahead because you don't want to miss the game that you're getting ready to play. But are there any traps that you can fall into having a strong opponent right off the bat?
The way I've approached it this week with our team is I'd rather play a tough team first than a team that you're going to blow out. I just think you get sloppy anytime we've played teams this year where we've been way better than, we seem to play worse and somehow make it close. And, it's almost makes you feel worse than losing. Almost, not quite as bad, but it can kind of be a trap right there. So by getting challenged early, I kind of referred to it this week as the teams that win the Final Four usually get challenged early rounds and they win a game that maybe they shouldn't have won. And I'm not saying we're gonna win a close one today or whatever. I don't know what the result's going to be, but by playing somebody good, I think that just prepares you for later in the tournament. And as far as traps go, I mean, each game is a trap. When you're coaching, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, it's just, their minds work differently at times, and you got to keep them prepared for every game.
By the way, I want to point out that Cody's a single A team, but they have played some double A teams. They've beat Laramie this year. They've beaten Sheridan this year. So this team has played some teams that are actually going to be at the state tournament and have gotten some victories. So no slouch from the Cubs.
No, I expect them honestly to be there a few days. I mean, I could totally see them, being in the final 3 or 4 of this tournament. So, we've got to come out and that's one of the concerns for us as coaches is we've struggled on the road in our first game of tournaments. It's kind of been a bugaboo and maybe even gotten a little mental, and we've tried not to bring that up too much this week. It's a new season right now, and hopefully we can get a big Gillette crowd down there to make it feel like a home game too.
You have won 6 straight on the road, so that's nice to get you. I'm sure the kids are real confident going into this one.
Yeah, we are. We're excited to get going. We've had 3 good days of practice, and they're getting a little chippy and fighting amongst each other. So it's about time to go take it out on someone else. That's
what happens here.
Yeah.
Well, it gets chippy a lot. Me and Don Carpenter and Dan Sherwood.
I bet.
Yeah, and Vic.
Well,
we usually just take it out on Vic.
We really do. Oh, boy. He got a wedgie yesterday.
Oh, well, I'm glad I wasn't around for that one.
Don't act like you weren't there, DC.
I want nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. Were you wearing gloves?
No.
Ooh. Remind me not to shake hands with this one. Okay, so of course, there was something about a helmet. You guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the helmet.
Well, I've been trying.
I don't know. There's something going on between these two, and we need to
Oh,
settle
no.
this.
Chris has wanted a helmet all season.
What color?
Well, that's a tough one because you got the black with the red bill, don't you? And then you have the all red one. Or what are my options?
What they give you?
We do have some spray paint out at the field. We've got some different colors, so I know how unique you are with your Chris Brindle dog. So we can pretty much do whatever. But Coach Hinkle, our assistant coach, wears a black helmet, and Ilif and I wear the ones that I know mine's in its 10th year, and I think Ilif's had his same one. This is his 5th year coaching with me. So. And then James, one of our biggest supporters and fans, he comes and sits in the dugout, and he's got his own helmet now too. So I agree, it's probably time for Chris to get on board and for me to get on board, I guess, and get him a helmet.
I think here's
the guy a helmet.
Here's the deal. I think Chris needs to take BP with you guys one day.
Yes.
Yes. And if he gets it into the outfield, he gets a helmet.
Hey, as long as I don't have to throw it, the wing's getting a little sore at this point in the season. So
What if I
as long
drop
as I don't have to throw it.
Well, you guys got a tee around there for the little kids, right? Just let him. He might be able to hit it into the infield off a tee.
If I drop a bunt down the third base line that's pretty good, could I get a helmet?
Hey, we like to bunt. So anyone that can bunt, we like that.
Well, small ball. There's room for small ball.
That's true. Now, full disclosure, Dan Sherwood wanted a helmet as well. Isn't that right, Sherwood?
Well, you're there a lot more than I am.
That's true,
Chris.
but still.
I'll come the day that you take batting practice, but Coach, just make sure you got an extra L screen for me to hide behind.
You bet.
Well, the funny part is you want the helmet for fashion. I just need a helmet.
Yes.
Because I hit walls constantly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's bad.
There are dents in the walls around here.
Yeah, I have really bad vertigo. I don't know if you knew that, Nate.
Did not. But no.
Sometimes it's amazing he doesn't fall out of that press box right out the window.
Yeah, it's a little steep up at Sheridan's press box too, so we might need to get him one before we go up there.
Yes.
And we'll get a seatbelt for the seat to make sure he's buckled in place and doesn't hurt himself.
Perfect.
Radio's a very dangerous business.
It really is.
I almost broke my neck in this studio one time.
Well, what were you doing?
Well, the old sports guy, Chad. I'm sure Coach Perleyberg remembers Chad. Dared me to do a headstand in the studio.
Boy.
Why would you do a headstand?
I don't know, but I'm way too old to be doing headstands.
Remember when Vic tried to twerk not too long ago and fell over live on air? That was great.
The headstand, my neck hurt for a week. Never again. I'm too old and too fat.
Sounds like I got to get a different day job.
Well, you wouldn't believe the stuff that happens around here.
It sounds like fun.
Okay, so let's remind everybody about the game tonight.
State championship game opening round in Sheridan. It starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can hear that right here on News Talk 1270 KIML. And online at basonsradio.com.
And Network Sports.
Yes.
Network Sports 1.
Yep.
Or Network
One.
Network One Sports. It's
one of those.
It's been so long since I've run a board for a game, I forgot the website. Just go to basonsradio.com or drive to Sheridan and go to the game.
Yeah.
The riders could definitely use the support, and it's not that far.
And you can still listen to me if you go to the game.
Chris is driving out there and driving back and doing radio tomorrow, driving back and forth. If he can do it, anybody can do it.
Yes.
That's basically it. If Chris can do anything, anybody can do it. Go out and support the team. Coach, best of luck to you guys, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
Yep, there you go. Riders coach Nate Perleyberg tonight. What time is it again?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, right here on News Talk 1270 KIML. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
An hour without politics? Yes. It's about time. Tuesday morning quarterbacks on News Talk 1270 KIML. You're listening to Tuesday Morning Quarterbacks with Don Carpenter and Chris Brindle.
Speaking of Nirvana,
I'm here.
speaking of Nirvana, apparently the other day Billy Corgan was doing some kind of Q&A at a record store somewhere. Somebody asked him if Courtney killed Kurt Cobain.
Did he say yes as a joke?
He refused to answer it. Wasn't Billy Corgan the first guy that she dated right after Kurt died? It was pretty soon after that.
I think so.
She didn't go right to. It was pretty close.
I think you're right on that.
Okay, quick opinion. Did Courtney have Kurt killed?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Suicide.
No, you don't think so?
Yeah.
I think she might have driven him to the suicide. 'Cause, I mean,
she's crazy.
Who could live with Courtney Love?
But he was nuts too. So
Well,
it was a suicide.
Are you going to watch the documentary when it comes out?
Which one? Soaked in Bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about trying to get the director of that on my show.
Okay.
Because I think that would be an interesting conversation. Because I do think there's more to it than what we've been told. That's all I know. I don't know. Courtney Love, don't sue me. I don't have anything anyway. But
wouldn't be tied up in litigation very long, would you?
No. I just not go to court. Let her have a judgment. I got nothing to take. Certainly nothing compared to Courtney Love.
Well, I just know a couple things, DC. Okay. We recorded the moon landing. Never happened.
Okay.
Bush he basically did 9/11. Okay. And then dinosaurs didn't exist.
I thought dinosaurs.
And I also know that Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain.
I thought
those are the four things I love.
I thought dinosaurs did the moon landing.
Oh, well, maybe in that one movie.
I don't know. Alex Jones told me that the dinosaurs did the moon landing.
You know what's funny? There's some people out there that think I was being serious moments ago.
Yeah, well,
wait a minute. I can't believe he would say that. Are you serious?
Let's see. I'm looking at my official source of conspiracy theories.
Infowars. There's a war for your mind, DC.
Yeah, Prison Planet too. Let's see. Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, Steve Wozniak say no to Skynet. Call for AI weapons ban. So artificial intelligence weapons. Should we ban those? I don't know.
You know, DC, I only say these jokes about conspiracy theories because I know you're going to give us that Alex Jones voice.
Alex Jones. That's the only voice I can do. It's the only imitation I can do is Alex Jones. Everything's a conspiracy.
Maybe I'm a robot, DC. What does Alex Jones think? Is Chris Brentel a robot?
Oh, yeah.
Chris Brentel is a robot. Hey, I'm telling you, he's a robot, people. Listen to me. It's all about Agenda 21. They made Chris Brentel a robot to come here and tell you untruths about what's going on in the world.
Am I a hatchet man for the New World Order?
You're a hatchet man for the New World Order.
No fun. No fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We should immediately.
Let's move on.
We should immediately go to break. We'll just hold on here. Hold on. No, we're having fun.
You're listening to Tuesday Morning Quarterbacks with Don Carpenter and Chris Brennel.
Okay, we'll start over. We'll actually talk about sports now. Okay, so.
By the way, I didn't know that documentary has already been released.
Yeah, it's
where do you find it?
I don't know.
It came out in June.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. It's not on Netflix. I know that. I think you can buy it from Amazon.
Oh, I don't want to buy it. I just want to watch it.
Is Courtney Love playing herself in that one?
Well, let's see if I can get a screener copy.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get the director on and say, well, we'll have him on next week. Send me a screener copy.
Yeah.
And then we'll spread it around.
Oh,
what
perfect.
if Cobain's not dead and he's hanging out with Tupac somewhere?
And Elvis.
Elvis. I'm seriously.
Well, Elvis would be like 100 years old anyway.
Yeah, Elvis would have passed away.
So
But Tupac would be pretty young.
You know what? If he was still alive, though, could you imagine the party he's having? You know, all those peanut butter and banana sandwiches everywhere. Oh, boy.
Kurt Cobain and Elvis and Tupac and Biggie are all hanging out in Seattle. One of my informants saw them hanging out at a Starbucks.
I think they live halfway up Mount Rainier.
They live on a mountain so the press can't get to them. The New World Order found out they were trying to take down the tri-globalist, I don't know,
The Bilderbergs.
The Bilderbergers, the New World Order, all of the hatchet men came after Kurt Cobain, Elvis, and Tupac.
Oh gosh.
Oh, this is too much.
Should we ask Alex Jones's thoughts on the Whitney Houston's daughter?
It's a
boy.
conspiracy. Everything's a conspiracy. The sun rose today. It's because of the New World Order.
Oh, that's good stuff.
There's a woman in the NFL now. She's a coach. It's a conspiracy against men. Okay.
Yes, the Arizona Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals hired a female coach. When I first saw this story, I thought, well, they're trying to steal some thunder from the San Antonio Spurs, who, of course, their next head coach will probably be a woman. And she's well respected. We talked about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. I really had no problem with it. And then the Arizona Cardinals go and hire a woman named Jen Welter. First thing I think, well, it's different because women play basketball. Women's basketball is as big as it can be. But it's a well-known sport. A lot of women. It's not that much different than men's basketball.
Now wait a minute, DC. Women play football.
Well, that's what I found out. That's what I found out. And it's not just the LFL.
Oh.
It's not just the Legends Football League.
Mama.
She played for, let's see. She played for, it doesn't say what. She played 14 seasons.
Wow.
She doesn't even look that old.
She played defense with Monte Teo's girlfriend.
Wow. That's I wonder if they did any checking on her resume. She says she played 14 years of pro football.
Are there pictures?
14 years?
There's a picture of her. I mean, she doesn't look old enough to have played 14 years of professional football.
I didn't know that there was 14 years worth of professional women's football.
That's what I'm wondering. I want to check this woman's
did she play in
resume.
Europe or something?
I have no idea. Now, she did play for a men's team. She played,
oh, boy.
She played for the Texas Revolution of the Indoor Football League, which I think is like the fourth-tier arena football league. The Texas Revolution is probably, in some high school gym somewhere or something.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you what this is all about.
It's a conspiracy.
This is all a Hillary Clinton agenda. Get women in coaching. And I bet she paid for all of this. Get women in coaching. Oh, women can do great things. They can coach. They don't have to be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. And that's why I should be president. I can be president because I'm Hillary Clinton. That's what this is about, DC.
It's a conspiracy to get Hillary Clinton elected president. We're going to accept women in football now?
No, Chris, like you said before, the interesting thing about the whole thing is what she coaches.
Now,
exactly.
She was a running back in a men's league.
Oh.
Okay, so she was a running back, but she's inside linebackers coach, which,
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a very good defensive team. That's fair to say, right?
Yeah.
They're known for being one of the stingier defenses in the league. Inside linebackers coach, of course, she's only coaching 3 or 4 guys, depending on if they play a 4-3 or a 3-4. She might be coaching 5 or 6 guys at the most. It's a position coach. It's not really that big of a deal. But you think they would want someone with some kind of experience.
You would think that she would probably better fit as maybe a running backs coach.
Since she was a running back.
Well,
is that your thought process?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you would think. See, this is what I don't understand. Just switching positions like that, it's a completely different skill set.
Yeah, and that's not just switching positions. That's going from trying to run away from people to try and run at people.
Right, that's a huge position switch.
Yeah. Now, and she's obviously qualified to be a coach. She has a master's degree in sports psychology and a PhD in psychology. She's well educated. I've no doubt about that. I have no doubt that the team will probably treat her well. I think everybody's going to be scared to death to say anything, so she'll be treated fine. I'm just wondering why inside linebackers.
Now, to go deeper into this, maybe I just looked at it wrong yesterday when I first saw the headline, but is she only a coach for basically training camp?
No, she's
because I thought she was signed on as like a almost like a intern coach.
I'm going to delve even deeper. I mean, extremely deep on this.
Here we go.
Now, she let's see, training camp preseason intern coach. That's what it says.
So based on that tells me after the preseason, you're gone.
So
yeah, probably.
So then what's the point?
Not only that,
well, maybe they're just giving her a chance. So
she's not getting paid.
Yeah. So now she's a free coach that after about 12 weeks, out the door you go.
Well, I think here's what's going on, guys. I think it's her dream to coach football, and I think she was probably very persistent, and they said, hey, okay, you can be basically an intern coach for us in the preseason, and maybe that'll prove that she can do something, get another job somewhere else.
Like
and
a
plus,
trial.
For Arizona, this is a PR thing.
It's a conspiracy for public relations.
I will give Bruce Arians a little pat on the back for being willing to take a shot at it.
Yeah. No, I'd give him a pat on. He's got a very muscular back. He does a lot of rows.
Well,
he was on the rowing team.
Yeah.
That's worth a pat.
He does the low rows and the upper rows
in Arizona. He's on the rowing team.
So, opening day in September, is this woman still inside linebackers coach?
No,
I don't think so. It's a conspiracy.
You're listening to the Tuesday Morning Quarterbacks Hour on the Don Carpenter Show. News Talk 1270 KIML. You're listening to Tuesday Morning Quarterbacks with Don Carpenter and Chris Brindle.
And Dan Sherwood. And Alex Jones.
It's a full house in here, really. I'm glad I got a seat.
Yeah, it really
I can't
is.
believe we got Alex on here, DC. What a monumental moment.
Any chance to spread the word about any kind of conspiracy, I'm there. I'm anywhere that there's a conspiracy. I'll find them all. Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, he was murdered by the New World Order and the Bilderbergers.
What about Breitbart, Alex Jones? What about Breitbart?
Oh, seriously, he was murdered.
No, he really was.
He really was.
I'm not even kidding. That's not a joke.
It doesn't take Alex Jones to I agree. I can only do one voice, and it's Alex Jones.
And that's it.
But it's really good.
Is it? I mean, I've never actually listened to my whole Alex Jones.
He just did the Beavis laugh.
Let's see. I mean, you guys can do Beavis and Butthead.
Hey, Beavis.
I can do Alex Jones, and that's about it.
Alex Jones is cool.
Okay, we're almost out of time. The FCC is going to get mad at us if we don't play our commercials. We don't want the government after us. That's a problem.
Conspiracy.
It's all a conspiracy. Beavis and Butthead are a conspiracy. They're made to dumb down the populace, make them burn themselves with lighters.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
Okay, we're out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Stay tuned for Rush.
Please remain seated until the show comes to a complete stop. Thank you. Carry on.
Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML. 70 KIML. 70 KIML. 70 KIML.